Madame la Présidente.
Madam Speaker, after 9 years, this NDP Liberal government is just not worth the cost. The Environment Minister invested $254 million in a company that he owns. The government continues to hide the documents. The Green Fund is against the interests of this House. When will we get the documents? Madam Speaker, what the member has just said is completely false. In fact, the government has already tabled all of the documents that the House requested. We did so in a way that respects the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. The Conservative Party is blocking its own blocking of this House's work. On this side of the House, we respect democracy, we respect the rights of Canadians, and we respect the authority of the police. It's funny to hear the Conservatives speak because the only things they say are, in fact, untrue.
Madam Speaker, what's funny is that the worse the scandal, the quieter the House leader speaks.
Yes.
After 9 years, we have another scam in the Arrive scam scandal. We have 3 new cases of fraudulent billing that has been sent to the RCMP. Madam Speaker, this is now a total of 7 cases that have been sent to the RCMP of fraudulent billing. Canadian taxpayers have been scammed a total of $5 million in this Arrive scam scandal, fraudulent billing. So why is this government always intent on giving money to fraudsters and scamsters while Canadians are lined up at food banks?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Madam Speaker, I appreciate the concerns that we all have. Ensuring that we can maintain transparency and we have adequate procurement processes in place, which we do. And we have initiated a number of practices, and we've worked closely with the Auditor General and the Procurement Officer to ensure that all of the processes are adhered to. And I recognize the member opposite is always looking for clips on her YouTube hit, but, Madam Speaker, we're working for Canadians, not for herself.
Order. The Honourable Member for Haldimand, Norfolk.
After 9 years, these NDP Liberals are not worth the cost or the corruption. Remember the Arrive Can scandal? An app that should have cost $80,000 that ended up costing the taxpayers $50 million? Well, it gets worse than that. Now there are 3 more cases being referred to the RCMP for fraudulent billing practices. When will this government admit that they've allowed millions of dollars to be siphoned off in fraudulent contracts to enrich their Liberal buddies?
Well done. The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Madam Speaker, let's be clear. It is completely unacceptable that there are any fraudulent billings. It's completely unacceptable that anyone out in the public tries to abuse the system of working with government. That is why we have taken the necessary steps to protect Canadians and taxpayers by putting proper processes in place. And we'll continue to fight and always support Canadians and support taxpayers to ensure that they who need opportunity to work with government have that opportunity, but not abuse it. And we recognize the members opposite would agree, as long as they also don't abuse the system. Thank you, Madam Speaker.